everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and this is the Astral Library, and as promised I have a vampire vlog for you today where I will be for sure reading all of these books. So I have my teeth in, so there's a little bit of a list, so I'm sorry you're gonna have to deal with it. The vlog does not have the teeth. I will be normal, but I want to just come in at the beginning of this video to give you a proper introduction because I do kind of just jump in for one of these books and I wasn't very good about filming in the beginning. So hello, welcome, happy Halloween. You are seeing this on Halloween. In fact, I'm recording this on Halloween, so your girl needs to get this done. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and enjoy the vlog. And I will see you again with my funny little voice at the end to talk about my thoughts surrounding these books. Hello, I'm coming at you with an update that's pretty far into this book, just because I've been sitting down and reading it a ton. So as of course, I started with Immortal Dark by Tygus Gurma, and I'm about 225-ish pages in. When I say this book has me enraptured, every time I picked it up, I'm just like, what mystery is going on? What is happening in this world? Where's it gonna go? What is our character gonna do next? I cannot tell you, and I cannot stress how much I love Gideon. She is such an unhinged badass. I adore her because every time someone gets at her, she's vicious in getting back. And the amount of times I'm just like, yes, Gideon, get him, get him. It's been great. I've been enjoying this so much. I kind of want to keep reading it. In fact, I haven't been updating you because I just want to read the book. I am so excited to see how this is going to end. And the next book comes out next month, which I have already put my pre-order in for. We're not gonna talk about it. So my goal is to read this, and then when that book comes out and gets delivered, I'm going to immediately read that because I need to know. I need to know what is going on because I have a feeling this is going to end on a cliffhanger and I'm going to be obsessed with trying to figure out what's gonna happen. And yeah, no, I'm just having such a great time with this that, like I said, I haven't wanted to update you guys because I didn't want to interrupt me reading this. I just wanted to read it. Other updates I have for you. I have started this Ravenous, I think it's this Ravenous Fate, yeah, by Haley Dennings. I've gotten about 6% into that book. I was trying to listen to it more today because I was going grocery shopping and then just doing stuff around the house. Libby's being mean and it won't let me play the stupid audiobook. So I keep getting this error message and it's really frustrating me because it's just that book. Libby will let me play another book, so it must be something in the system for that library, but it literally just won't let me play it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on that book yet. I'm barely in. I am enjoying it from what I've heard, but like I said, I don't have much thoughts on it because I'm not far in enough to get a thought. This one I'm very enjoying. I have a feeling that this is going to end at a 5-star unless it really fucks itself up in the last half I have left in this book. And that's purely because I'm just having such a good time. And my 5 stars are books I'm super duper invested in and I'm having a good time. And this one, the good times are had. Again, Gideon, the woman you are. I cannot wait to see what you do more. She's in a bit of a pickle where I left her off, but I have to go to my mom's house, which we're gonna eat dinner, and then we're gonna watch the Ed Gein monster thing on Netflix because we like spooky shit and it's the month for it. I will be going to do that. Actually, I gotta leave pretty soon, so I need to finish this clip up and go finish the rest of the little chores around the house. Oh, you know what? I can update you on something else. I am getting into my house projects again because I've taken a break. But this wall, oh, hello Bella. This wall is this blue color, which I like. I like that blue color. But because the rest of the room tones are darker, I have this red of my reading chair, I have this very warm couch color, and I have a very dark rug. So the color of the wall no longer fits. And I've been wanting to deepen it for a while. And I've been kind of futzing around I don't know what to choose. But today I went to Home Depot because I had to pick up a plant anyways. And I said, okay, let's look at colors. So I bought some swatches and I'm gonna flip you around. These are the 3 swatches I'm doing. So this one's called NYPD, this one's called Midnight Blue, and this one's called Shipwreck, which the camera's not picking it up, but it reads definitely a lot more vibrant and a little more greenish tint into it. The color we're up gonna go is Shipwreck. because I like that it deepens the color of the wall, but it doesn't go as dark as like midnight. This is what I'm gonna be repainting this entire wall. And I will probably do that in the next month or so, because we have to take down the TV, which I can't do by myself. So I have to wait for my roommate to be roughly around. And I know I want it done before Christmas because I'm a host people and I would like to have the living room feeling a little bit more cohesive around then. So I might paint that, and then at the same time I might paint this where my record sits. Right now it's white. I think I want to paint it the same color as the shelves behind me, which are the same color as the mantle. That is, of course, later updates. You will probably see those happen, not in this clip because I'm going to be busy reading, but in general. But that is all the update I have for you. I need to go get ready to go have dinner with my mom, and I will come back at you later because I'll be reading more of this tonight during sprints, but that's not until 7:30, so I will see you then. Bye. We do, folks. How'd we do? I did in fact finish. I finished my book. She was lovely. She was perfect. And I'm so happy that the freaking next one's coming out next month because my God, are things happening. Kidian's like my favorite type of female protagonist in a book. The way I support women's wrongs is all I can say about Kidian without spoiling anything. I support women's wrongs. I support their rights, but especially their wrongs. And Kidian, you have my heart every step of the way. I will be reading the next book in that series as soon as it gets in my hands because I need to know what happens. I need to know how it's gonna go. And if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Welcome. It's been a couple days since I last grabbed this camera to update you, but I've made progress on 2 books. I have been listening to This Ravenous Fate. I am currently at 43%. It's okay. I'm not like hating the book. I don't think I'm vibing with the narrator, and I think that's taking away from some of my experience. And I just don't think I like one of our main characters. Overall, it's fine, but just generally, I'm like, I'm having an time. On top of that, I started reading Blood Moon, and I'm not very far in. I think I'm only like 20 something pages in. I don't have the book in front of me right now, otherwise I would like show you, but I'm for sure only like 20 something pages in. I have the pettiest complaint. The pettiest and like the stupidest complaint that really doesn't mean much, but the main character calls her parents by their first names. Like, I can kind of understand her mom because her mom like up and left X amount of years ago, I think when she was like 13 or something like that, so it's been a long time. I can understand that, but then she like calls her dad by his first name in the narration, and it's a first person narration, and I'm just like, why? Why are you calling your parents by their first names? It's weird, a little uncomfy. It feels a little psychopathic behavior if I'm gonna be completely honest. I am also kind of not loving the writing, but I'm wondering if that's coming off of how much I really enjoyed Immortal Dark and just the badass character Kitten was. I adored her. She was amazing. The writing in that was beautiful. That like this one's just not holding up. I might see if I could try to find Blood Moon on an audiobook and maybe swap reading and listening. So maybe I'll read the rest of This Ravenous Fate, which I'm almost at 50%, and maybe I'll start listening to Blood Moon if I can find it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because it's a new release, so a lot of people are kind of like trying to get their hands on it, so we will have to see. But I read that first 20 or so pages of Blood Moon. I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna probably give it 50 pages, and if I'm really still not vibing with it or I don't get hooked on the story, I might DNF it and just move on to Blood Slaves, which I think I'm going to really like, but I thought might have been too close to like the tone of Immortal Dark, so I didn't start it. I might be regretting my decision. But yeah, I just want to come in and update you because I haven't and I needed to. I'm in my kitchen making dinner and I need to get that really going because I have to go to bed pretty early tonight because I have to teach an 8 a.m. class, which sucks. But at least I don't have to go to campus to do it. I get to do it online, which means I can wake up at 7. I'm gonna go do that. And then I don't know if I'm going to read anymore tonight. I was listening to this Ravenous Fate to and from work, so I've put quite a bit of listening into that today. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the night either watching the last 2 episodes of Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, or this new sea drama that I just started. I literally just watched 1 episode before work today. So we'll have to see which one I'm gonna do, but I'm going to get a snack while I'm waiting for my dinner to go because I'm hungry. And I'll see if I can find Blood Moon on audiobook. If so, I will be swapping what I do. I'm coming at you because I have finally finished Blood Moon. I wish I could say I liked this. I really do. I see why it has like the tie-in to Vampire Diaries because I feel the vibe of Vampire Diaries, but not in any of the fun ways, at least in a reading experience. This book is YA. It reads very much so, which is not a bad thing. But for someone who hasn't like super duper been into a lot and most of YAs lately, that wasn't a great thing for me. I think this book could have a very ravenous fan base. I was ready to literally strangle Mirabella. Literally would strangle her. I don't want to disparage this book. I think it's fun for what it is, and I think it has a lot of potential to be a very interesting world and like drama between the characters, but I didn't have the best experience. I will say switching from physically reading this to the audiobook, miles better. Miles better. I wasn't nearly as annoyed with the writing in that sense. So it might be this is just like an audiobook for me. I don't think I will continue with the series despite the cliffhanger we got at the end, mainly because every time we got a twist, I rolled my eyes. I will say one thing that this book did well that kind of kept me interested. I really like Julian as a character. Not that he's like the most romantic love interest ever. He had some charm. He had some riz, okay? He was charismatic at points. I was like, you know what, Julian, I do kind of like you. I fuck with you. We're gonna talk about what happens with the love interest and all that. It's very YA. And I think if you enjoy that and you're not annoyed by that, pick up this book and have fun with it. I will probably keep it on my shelf because it's beautiful and it is still black vampires. But for me to continue this series, someone's gonna have to convince me extra hard for it. So, but it's done. I ended up giving it 3 stars, which I think is pretty high, but I had moments of it where I was like really intrigued in the world and like what was going on. It was more of the characters and the writing style that turned me off. I also have made progress on this Ravenous Fate. I am almost done with it. I have 2 parts left. I'm on page 300 and it goes until 450. I can knock out that last 150 pages. I might read that 4 sprints tonight. I want to say I'm liking this one more, but I'm kind of not. Both of these books have kind of been duds for me in that for this one, for the 1920s, like Harlem Renaissance era, like where? And I think this one has the opposite pacing issues that Blood Moon does, because Blood Moon's kind of slow. This book doesn't know like when to linger in a moment. Like we have so many things like rapidly happening. I think I set myself up for failure. Reading Immortal Dark first, bad idea, because that book, phenomenal. These books, meh. I still have high hopes for Blood Slaves, because that one still sounds like it is very much up my alley. So I want to finish this so I can focus my last bit of energy on that. We have, let's see, it is October 14th. One more full week to get this vlog done, which is great because it is coming out on Halloween Day, which is on a Friday. So I have the time. I just need to make sure I'm doing it. But speaking of time and dedication and, you know, grinding, I will be reading this tonight for sure during sprint. And if I finish it like I plan to, I will probably start Blood Slaves tomorrow morning. That's all the update I have for you. It's been a hot minute since I've updated this vlog because I've been bad and because I haven't been reading like great things. I didn't want to like come in here and just bash books. I now have progress. We will continue making progress. It's like the perfect day. It was rainy. It just stopped raining and it's chilly. I'm in a long sleeve and not hot at all. Talk about fall weather. So excited. I will get to be making progress. Hopefully this Ravenous Fate like just perks up at the end. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We shall see, but I'll give you my thoughts later. Hello. I'm in the exact same spot the last time I updated you. That's because it's a comfortable spot in my house. I don't know what to tell you. Do I have a rude ass spider who made a fucking spider web between my couches? What? Yeah, you don't sit on the couch for like a week and spiders move in. It's been a hot minute since I've updated this vlog, mainly because I've been running around doing school stuff and just general busyness of life, dissertation nonsense. I mean, not nonsense, but kind of nonsense. We're not gonna get into that because your girl could rant for hours about this dissertation and how it's ruining my life in some of the best ways, maybe. I don't know. Instead, I want to update you on what I've been reading and what I've been doing. I actually did take a break from this TBR as a whole to listen to a book. I don't want to go into like a ton of detail here, but I was listening to Frankenstein, which is one of my favorite classics. And I've been wanting to do a reread, and I've been doing this reading challenge with a Discord server that I'm in. It's the Reading Room. They're great. They're all super nice people. I don't interact a ton on there, but even then it's like a nice little community. And the book they were doing this month was Frankenstein. I was like, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and just give it a listen. So I've been listening to that for the past week, and I just finished it today, which is nice because then I'm kind of like left with nothing else to do if I want to continue my reading streak, which I've been doing real well with. I think I'm at 24 days, something like that, maybe 22 days. I'm in the 20, and I kind of don't want to let it fall. But I finished every other book minus The Blood Slaves. I don't remember if I talked to you about finishing this Ravenous Fate. I didn't love it. I ended up physically finishing that book. And if I did, I'll cut this part out of the video and you'll never see it. I wanted to like it. I really did. It had major pacing issues in that everything was at a breakneck pace and we didn't get any time to like really sink into the characters and their feelings, which is sad because it had such potential, since especially because it's a sapphic relationship, which we don't see enough of. It's a sapphic black relationship at that. It's set in the most beautiful setting and did nothing with it. And again, it made me want to feel for these characters and what's going on, but I wasn't given any time to do that. That's where I'm left with that. I didn't love it. But I have read the first chapter of Blood Slaves, and I plan to read more of this during sprints tonight, which will be doing longer sprints for just reading instead of playing a game, which is going to be fun. And from the first chapter alone, I can already tell this is going to be my vibe because it reminds me of the same kind of like dark tonals as Immortal Dark, which I'm so excited to dive into more of this tonight, which will be in like a couple hours. I gotta get dinner started because I am trying a new recipe, and that's gonna take me a bit of time to kind of like get in the swing of that. So I'll probably start that in like an hour or so. It's about like 4:30 right now, so I can be done in time for sprint. I just want to update you. It is looking like I'm not going to be able to get to the 2 extended books. I might be able to get one in because this is the last full week I have to like film without interruptions, and I'll have the weekend and then a few days before Halloween comes out, because this is not coming out on Monday. This is coming out on Halloween, which is on a Friday. Some of next week to do it, but I also need that time to edit this video down to something that's watchable. I think I need to prioritize filming B-roll for some of these things of just me reading and all that jazz. You know, the filler in between of these types of vlogs. But other than that, that's all I've been doing. I've been like feeling antsy. I want to work on my house because it is approaching holiday season and I host, so I want my house to be looking nice. And I've been doing other mini projects, but I have not done any like bigger projects. And I want to paint the kitchen cabinets. I need to paint the wall of my living room, and I need to change my curtains. So I think that's gonna be a lot of November. So I might do a vlog that's not bookish, but transforming my bookish spaces for the holidays. Tree putting up, all that jazz. We will see what I end up doing, because I tend to do that like impulsively and just kind of whenever I have the time. So we'll see if I actually remember to pick the camera up and film it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm going to definitely come back to you, I think, later tonight when I have more thoughts on Blood Slaves and what I'm thinking so far. I really love the inspiration for this, in that the author was watching the George Floyd protest and was like describing how he was angry, but he was also like over the performative nature that tended to happen around that protest. And so he's saying that this book was born from that feeling. And so now I'm very, very curious to see how it is going to kind of go through. I was explaining this book to a a friend and he's like, this sounds like a revenge fantasy. And like, you know what? Yes. Give it to me. Give it to me. Enslaved men killing their slavers. Give it to me. I hope it's dark. I hope it's gritty. I hope it's so much fun. But we will have to see. I'm gonna go ahead and go do all the things I need to do before sprints, and then I will catch you later after sprints when we can talk more about this book and what I'm thinking of. And if I'm lucky, maybe I can squeeze in one more book. Probably not the Brahm book, but maybe Vampire Hunter D. See you later. I told you, I promised I was gonna be back tonight, and I am. I have made progress on Blood Slaves. I am now that far in compared to where I originally was. I am very much enjoying this. I like the darker tone. I think it's paced okay. Where I'm at, I'm like 30% into this book, and we're just getting to the part that, you know, where we would get the name. That's whatever. Fantasies and stories like this tend to take a little bit longer, but I think what's kind of making this seem slower to me is that I don't need all the information they're giving me on slavery is bad and they do all these things to the slaves. I know that. But I know that because of my studies. Versus someone who knows it but doesn't quite know like the full extent of it, that might be necessary to like make you not feel as sorry for them come what's probably gonna happen to them. But I don't. I'm here for the blood and the gore and the payback and the torture that we're going to inflict on these slave owners. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Which is also why Gertie as a character is kind of exhausting for me. I get why she's there. She's important. She's not annoying, but I just want my murder. I just want this to be balls to the walls, blood and gore, and satisfaction. And Gertie's standing in the way for that right now. Literally where I left off is where I think we're gonna see the majority of the story start kicking off. So I think we're done with the build-up. We're done with the backstory. We're done introducing all these characters and all the situations and stuff. Now it's time for payback and blood and gore and vampires. Vampires everywhere. So I'm excited to continue with that. I think the story, it will start going a little faster now that we've done all that build up, because it took me quite a while to get through 120 pages, and normally I can get like 100 pages in roughly in an hour. So I definitely think it's gonna pick up. I'm hoping it picks up because I don't want it to take the same pacing it has until then. Oh, there's discussion questions in the back. How cool. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not loving this as much as I loved Immortal Dark, but I am liking this more than I have liked the other two, which is good because I didn't like the other two. It's a win for that one so far, but it is like 10:20, so I need to go to bed because I have class tomorrow and I have so many papers to grade, so I'm gonna work on that tomorrow too. Pray for me. I gotta lock in and get all this done. I'll catch you guys in the next update. Hello. I'm coming at you with an update. I've spent most of the day in class as per usual, and I did a little bit of cleaning and just general resetting of the house because as what happens during the end of the week, everything's just kind of a little messy, filled with dog hair, needing to be like cleaned up, put away, all of that. So I spent some time doing that, and then I took some time to just sit down and read because I've just been not avoiding it per se, but I haven't felt like the desire to do that. I think it's because every time I've like had a chance to like sit, I've wanted to just do nothing. I wanted to zone out. I've wanted to scroll. I've wanted to play games and just turn my mind off. But today I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and enjoy a little bit of reading, a little bit of enrichment of the mind. And so I've been reading more of Blood Slaves, and I am now this far into the book. I have about 100 pages or so left. I have to say it is continuing its slower pace, which is not the best experience. I definitely think this is a lot better than the other books I've read in this vlog so far, minus Immortal Dark. That one was perfect, but the other two I read suffered a lot more than this book is. Even with its slower pace, I think it just vibes with me a little bit more. I will say I am frustrated with one character because I know what she represents, but I just don't need as much of her in this story. I need this story to just let itself go and not hold itself to that moral value and those expectations. I need it to let itself go, let it be bloody, let it live up to its name, okay? I've talked about that before in my last update for this book, and it's still ringing true here. And I find that kind of agonizing in what this could be if it would let go and just go crazy, go ham, go have fun, give me all the darkness you've been kind of promising and hinting at. But I have 100 pages left, so we'll see how this is going to end. It seems like we're finally getting to like a point where we're gonna be forced to have a confrontation between our two major factions. How it's going to end, I don't know. I'm worried it's going to end on the moral high ground, and I just don't want that. Which is awful to say, but I'm sick and tired of characters just always taking the moral high ground. You know what? Just get dirty for once. Just get shit done. I don't think this is a series. I think this is just a standalone, so I should be getting a full conclusion in this. Theoretically, maybe I'll be surprised. It doesn't feel like it's being set up as a series, and I could be, you know, very, very wrong in that. I hope I'm not, because I don't know how much I want to read a series. So that's all the kind of updates I have for you. The battery's dying, so I'm on borrowed time as is. I'm gonna try to finish it tonight. I think I need to get up and just do something else than read this book, but I wanted to make sure I was updating you before I finish, because I'm bad about that, where I will just finish a book and get lost in it and forget to, you know, talk to you guys and tell you what I've been thinking along the way. I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna walk. I'm probably go feed my parents' dogs because I gotta go do that. I'll catch you probably when I finish this book. See you in the next update. It's been a day since I last updated you, but I am coming at you with the final update for Blood Slaves because it is done. I just finished it, and I have to say the ending was everything I wanted. It was carnage, it was blood, it was balls to the walls. It was a little Deus Ex Machina with how neatly everything tied up. It gave me what I wanted, which is just what I needed. I do think overall it took too long to get to this point. Even though it's not a very long book, I feel like the pacing made it feel a lot longer. So I would say that's my only complaint, but otherwise it was good. I think this was a pretty solid place to end my required reading. Now it is Saturday, and this video needs to be out on Friday. So theoretically, I still have time to try my hand at one more book. And if I'm going to attempt any of them, I think I'm going to try Vampire Hunter D because it is only 200 or so pages. Let me grab it. So it is 238 pages, and the text is like decently sized. It's not the smallest it could be. I am going to attempt it. I don't know if we'll finish it in this vlog, but I definitely want to try at least attempting my extended TBR. We're for sure not gonna get to Brahm's book, I think, because I don't want to rush through that one, and that one is for sure like the tease vampire, so I think I'm going to attempt this one. Let's try to close this vlog out with a banger, see if we can squeeze one more book, or at least try to get as far as possible. We'll try to cram it in, and then I know for sure on Tuesday I'm gonna get most of this vlog already edited because I haven't started doing that, and I need to. I need a break from reading from the past 2 hours because brain. A little too slow, I think, to get like energized me from reading. So I think I'm gonna make myself some lunch, and then I'm going to pitter patter around the house, and then tonight I'm gonna really nail down the last of my portfolio. All right. I will see you later. Goodbye. Welcome back, people. And as you can tell, I mostly read all these books. Of course, the one in question you probably has is Vampire Hunter D. Was I able to finish this on time? No. At least not in time for this video. I am about halfway through the first book. I have switched to e-reading it, which has been a lot nicer than holding this big old chunky book in my hand. So I'm 58% through. I do plan to finish it tonight. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do as soon as I'm done filming this and getting the video out. It will be done before Halloween is over, but I was not able to finish it in time for this video. I will say I am enjoying this a lot more than I thought I was, because this book is kind of so old. I was worried that it was gonna be written in the style that I like wasn't really gonna vibe with. It was gonna be very telling. It was gonna be kind of slow. But I actually kind of enjoy the writing style. It is a translated work, so it isn't in the like the typical English story format. It is in the Japanese story format. But also, I'm really liking the characters and these situations we're just getting started in. We're really learning a lot about this world and who our main character D is. We're dipping our toes in. We do have like a situation where we're fighting some Dracula-esque vampires, and that's been fun. But really, I think this first book, the whole point of it is to introduce us to the world and what's going on, because it's a post-apocalyptic type of setting where it's after the nuclear war and it's create a wasteland, and vampires is mixing with tech. It's very cool. It's very interesting. Vampires are known in this world, and how people treat that is kind of cool. I'm very curious to see how our characters are going to develop, if we're going to maybe take some of the characters from the first book, because from what I understand, we are going to follow D through many, many years. I don't know how long we're going to get certain companions to go along with him. I think it might be a little bit of a Doctor Who situation where we get a new companion every so often. But I will see. I am, again, only 50% in, but I am enjoying this. And I think it's probably going to tap out at a 4-star if it continues the pace it goes. If something gets a little too slow, it might drop to a 3.5. But overall, I think I'm really gonna enjoy this one. Now, I have my stack of books that I did in fact read, and I have shared my thoughts on all of them. So I'm going to not get too far into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the star ratings for these. And we're gonna start with Blood Moon. I want to say that I love this book. I really do. It's so pretty. I like that it was meant for people who love Bonnie in the Vampire Diaries, who was royally screwed over. Loved that. I just couldn't get into this book. And part of it is because I haven't been into YA lately. I think what frustrated me the most is that it takes too long for anything to happen in this book, mainly because our main character will not make a decision to save her fucking life. Mirabella is so annoying. And like, some of it I get and I understand. She's freaking out about learning about the supernatural side of the world and kind of her tie into that. That's understandable. What is frustrating is even when she's given 100% proof and she's like, okay, I get it, I believe it, she still pussyfoots around for anything, and it's so annoying. I also wasn't a huge fan of Brittany Lewis's writing style. I ended up switching to audiobook, which I enjoyed so much more than physically reading this. Something about it just like made me like not want to pick this book up. But switching to the audiobook, I definitely had a lot more fun. I actually like some of the characters and the situations going on. Like, I really like Julian. I really do. I also like Seven, but I really like Julian. Just something about him just calls to me, you know? I ended up giving this one 3 stars. Thought there was potential. There was too many drawbacks for me to like continue with this series or to rate it any higher. I also read Blood Slaves by Marcus Redmond. Now this one, I did really enjoy the writing style. I really enjoyed the premise. What held this book back for me is the fact that it is also a really slow pace. What made it even slower for me is that this book really takes the time and energy to let you know about the realities of slavery and the horrific nature of it. More so than what you've been taught. Everyone knows slavery is bad. Everyone knows that. What you don't know is the extent and of the dehumanization and the horrific work conditions and punishments that would occur on slaves and the carelessness of the masters. It takes the time to really make sure you cannot turn away from that, which can be triggering for a lot of people. But because of who I am as a person and what what my studies are, I am very knowledgeable about everything and all the theory behind it. So for me, it dragged a little too long in that case, and what I wanted from this book did not happen until the last 50 pages, which made the whole thing a little bit of a slog to get through. Still, I really enjoyed his writing style. I really enjoyed the themes behind it and the characters. Overall, I gave it a 3.5. I think it had potential, but if it would have picked up its pacing more, it would have gotten to that 4-star. Next up, I ended up reading This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings. This was my first Haley Dennings books, and I have to say, I actually really enjoyed her writing style, and I love that this was a sapphic black vampire story. That was really cool. I've never seen that before. I was super duper interested in the characters, and I kind of liked their relationship. This book had the opposite pacing problems of the other two in that it did not know when to linger in a single moment. I feel like I had so many different scenes and so many different characters that I had to keep track of and what was going on that I didn't have any time to like sink my teeth into it and really appreciate and get to know these characters on a deeper level rather than just a surface. And that was saddening because it has such a cool setting. It's set during the Harlem Renaissance, which is a period that I love, but it doesn't do anything with that setting. The villains also felt a little cliche. I feel like I didn't really get to know any of them or really care about their motives. They just felt very flat and surface level. That was my gripe with this one. I think it had so much more potential, but I think it needed to slow itself down. If I could find a pacing between the two of these, that would be the perfect story. Which, speaking of the perfect story, and what I think actually accomplishes the correct pacing, is Immortal Dark by Tigis Germa. Oh my god. This book was amazing. I loved every second of this book. It knew when to slow down, it knew when to pick up. The characters were super interesting. Kitten, my love, the woman you are is fucking crazy, and I am here for that. This was amazing. No note, 5 stars. Loved every second of it. I am going to her signing that she's doing in November, and I will be picking up the next book, and I will be reading it immediately. I know I say that all the time, but I actually mean it for this one because I really want to continue this story. This was the first book I read in this vlog, and it was the only one I could think about as I'm reading the other books. Your girl needs more of this world. She's so excited to see what's gonna happen. No notes, perfect. Please go read this book. Princess, thank you for telling me and forcing me to read this book because you were right. You were right, and I will see you next week for the signing because yes. These are all the books I read for this vlog. I got a total of 5 done. I'm gonna count Vampire Hunter D because I'm halfway through it and I will finish it today. But what a month of reading this was. It was a lot of work. At times I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I did. It was fun. It was engaging, I hope. But I'm really glad that I did this, and I took a step back from doing my serial killer series to really just kind of read the books I wanted to read. I am definitely going to take a break from some of these reading vlogs other than what I already have filmed and coming out for you guys, which are some more serial killers, just because I think I need to slow down before I really send myself more into a reading slump, because I haven't been mood reading and I kind of want to get back to doing that and not have to worry about filming vlog clips with it. You probably won't see any more vlogs from me other than the ones I have out, but come the new year, we're gonna be back with some reading vlogs and hopefully some more fun ones. But that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know, what did you read this month? What are you doing for Halloween? What are you dressing up as? I am a vampire, as you can see. I did all my makeup this morning. I have my teeth in, and they're gonna stay in until tonight. So wish your girl luck eating and drinking anything. They might have to come out. But that's gonna be it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.